Good day and welcome to our Week 7 in MAPE 8. Are you ready to play volleyball? In today's lessons, we are going to discuss the common terms used and some basic skills in volleyball. Let's begin. The attack. The offensive action of hitting the ball. The attempt by one team to terminate the play by hitting the ball to the floor on the opponent's side. You need to jump high and hit the ball as fast as you can. Attacker, also a hitter or spiker. A player who attempts to hit a ball offensively to terminate play in his or her team's favor. Like the famous Eliza Valdez. Block, a defensive play by one or more players meant to deflect a spiked ball back to the hitter's court. It may be a combination of 1, 2, or 3 players jumping in front of the opposing spiker and contacting the spiked ball with the hands. Receiving player's aggressive attempt to block a spiked ball before it crosses the net. It's like building a wall on top of the net to make sure that attack of the opponent will not penetrate on their side. Double hit, successive hits or contact S by the same player. Illegal. It is usually error done by the setter or the player who set the ball to the attacker or hitter. Foul, a violation of the rules. Referee may raise yellow card for warning and red card for point awarding. The pass, to give the ball to a teammate. Placement, hitting the ball on an intended spot. Point, only 1 point or score is given to a team for a successful attack or for a committed violation. Point is awarded to the opposing team. Serve, one of the 6 basic skills used to put the ball into play. It is the only skill controlled exclusively by one player. A player will go outside the painted, active court area, then hit the ball to cross the net and land on the opposing court. Server, the player who puts the ball into play. The set, it is the tactical skill in which a ball is directed to a point where a player can spike it into the opponent's court. We have 2 kinds of set. The quick and the open set, or the high set. Outside occurs when the receiving team successfully puts the ball away against the serving team, or when the serving team commits an unforced error, and the receiving team thus gains the right to serve. The spike, also hit or attack. A ball contacted with force by a player on the offensive team who intends to terminate the ball on the opponent's floor or off the opponent's blocker. Usually done in powerful hit of the ball. The different kind of simple serve. Remember that serve is a basic skills in volleyball, so you must learn serving properly. The underhand serve, usually done by the beginner. The overhand serve for experienced player. The sidearm serve for small kids. Now let us watch how serve is being done as a basic skills.
In this video, you will learn how to perform 2 types of serve. We're going to look at how to do an underhand serve and an overhand serve. First, the underhand serve. Position yourself anywhere behind the baseline. During service, you are never allowed to place your feet inside the court or on the baseline. Point your shoulders towards the net, bend your knees slightly, and bring your weak foot forward. This will be your left foot if you are right-handed. Hold the ball in the hand that's on the same side as your weak foot. Hold the ball in front of you, in line with your other arm, at a height between your hips and waist. Your arm should be slightly bent. Make a pendulum-like movement with your free arm and hit the ball from underneath. You can choose to hit the ball with either an open hand for greater precision or a closed hand for greater power. When you hit the ball, shift your body weight from your back foot to your front foot. Don't try to hit the ball hard. The power of your serve comes from the ample movement and speed of your arm. Next up, the overhand serve. For this serve, extend the arm holding the ball and toss it into the air. The ball should be tossed just above your head, slightly in front of you and in line with your other arm. With your other arm, hit the center of the ball with a flat hand, sending it upwards and forwards. Keep your arm straight. When you hit the ball, shift your body weight from your back foot to your front foot. The underhand serve is the easiest to perform, but also the easiest for your opponent to receive. With both serves, coordination and controlling your movements are essential to striking the ball at the right moment. So time to get training.
Another skills in volleyball is the two kind of pass. Remember the goal of pass. It is used to receive the ball from the opponent. It is used for setting the ball or play. We have the forearm, dig or bump base, and the finger toss or the overhead pass. Now let us watch how forearm or bump pass is being done.
In this video, you'll learn how to do a bump pass. This will allow you to receive the serve or recover the ball after an attack. To perform a bump pass correctly, remember these 3 steps: position, prepare, and return the ball. Firstly, position. Move by sidestepping or cross-stepping to your position in the path of the ball. Spread your feet apart slightly wider than your hips and bend your knees slightly inwards. Keep your back rounded and lean forward a little. Secondly, prepare. Clasp your hands in front of you and tilt them to form a flat surface for receiving the ball. Always leave space between your arms and your chest so that you can gain leverage and control the power of your forearm pass. If your arms are glued to your chest, you will not be able to produce enough power. To link your arms together, clasp your hands by putting one palm over the other and folding your fingers. Thirdly, return the ball. Turn your pelvis and the flat surface of your arms to where you want to pass the ball. Hit the ball in front of you, between your knees, with the lower third of your forearms. As you hit the ball, push with your legs too. To make a good bump pass, stay still as you receive the ball. Over to you.
And now let us watch how the finger toss or overhand pass is being done.
In this video, you'll learn how to make an overhand pass. It allows you to set the ball at the net so that your attacking teammate can spike it effectively. To set a good overhand pass, bear these 3 points in mind. Position yourself, ready yourself, and hit the ball. Firstly, position yourself. When the ball arrives, observe its trajectory closely and sprint to where it will land to catch it before it touches the floor. Position yourself below the ball's path so that it lands directly in front of you. Before you make contact, turn your feet, hips, and shoulders in the direction you want the ball to travel. Secondly, ready yourself. Bring your foot closest to the net forward slightly. Bend your knees a little, keeping your back straight. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees and raise them to just above shoulder level. Position your hands in front of your forehead. Hold your hands open, around 15 centimeters apart, fingers relaxed and slightly bent. Your wrists should be bent. Turn your palms to face forwards until the tips of your 2 thumbs are facing each other. Form a triangle with your thumbs and forefingers, through which you should be able to see the ball. Thirdly, hitting the ball. Just before receiving the ball, bend your knees and lean forward slightly. When the ball arrives just above your eyes, push off with your legs to stand up as tall as possible. Use your index and middle fingers and the upper part of your thumbs. Careful, don't use the very tips of your fingers, nor the palms of your hands. At the moment you touch the ball, rotate your wrists and palms inside to outside. Then push strongly with your fingers and straighten your arms up in front of you. Once you have learnt this technique, practice it with some drills. Over to you.
Probably an important skills in volleyball is the spike or the attack. It has a goal of hitting the ball with full strength to score a point that is for spike. For some attack they used placement wherein you are fooling to spike, but you are just dropping the ball mid-air. Now let's watch how to properly spike because it needs other skills besides hitting the ball mid-air.
In this video, you're going to learn how to attack or spike in order to score a point. To attack well, there are 3 essential steps: jumping, hitting, and landing. Firstly, jumping properly. Head to where you are going to hit the ball. If you're right-handed, finish your run-up with the following 3 steps: left, right, left. Jump forwards, pushing with your left foot to gain speed. Then throw both arms behind you. Land on the heel of your right foot. Bend your legs to push upwards and bring your left foot and your arms forwards. When your left foot touches the ground, push hard off the ground and throw your arms upwards to lift yourself up. Jump up and arch your body slightly, arms bent backwards. Secondly, hitting well. At the peak of your jump, direct your weaker arm towards the ball to help you balance. Position your strong arm behind you, bent, with the elbow above the shoulder. Hit the ball when it is as high up in its trajectory as possible. It should also be slightly in front of you. Your hand should be flat and should strike the ball in its middle. To hit hard, keep your arm straight and bring your right shoulder forwards at the moment of contact. To gain power, strike the ball with a rotating and forward movement, snapping your wrist at the moment of contact. Thirdly, landing. Control your landing to avoid any contact with the net or going into the opponent's court, which would count as a foul. Land on the front of your feet, then bring down your heels and bend your knees slightly. To carry out a good attack, pay attention to your jump, your strike, and your landing. Over to you.
Blocking is for defensive skills. It is used for stopping, blocking the ball from the opponent's attack. Blocking plays an important role in the morale of the players. The team who has the most blocks usually called defensive team. Now let us see how to properly BL90.
In this video, you'll learn how to block. Blocking is not counted as a touch of the ball. Follow these 3 steps in order to block effectively. Prepare, jump, and block. Firstly, prepare. Stand about 30 centimeters from the net. Move towards your opponent by sidestepping or by running along the net. Keep your feet parallel to your shoulders and your legs very slightly bent in order to be ready to jump. Reach your arms up and bend them with your forearms parallel to the net and with your hands at head height. Secondly, jump. Always begin your jump just after your opponent jumps. Simultaneously push with your legs and raise your arms. Jump vertically, keeping your head high and your eyes on the ball. Once in the air, stretch your arms with your hands open and your fingers spread to have maximum surface area for the block. Thirdly, block. Adapt your block depending on the 2 following situations. If you are late or your opponent is bigger than you, block defensively. For this, bring your hands back towards your head, bending your wrists. Try to slow the ball during contact in order to retrieve it afterwards. If the ball is very close to the net or the opponent is smaller than you, block offensively. For this, bend your body forwards so that your arms and hands can enter into the opponent's court. Don't forget to control your fall in order to avoid any contact with the net or entering into the opponent's court, as this would be counted as a foul. Land on your front foot, then uncurl your toes and gently bend your knees. Blocking is the best way to destabilize an attack, so adapt your block according to the match situation. Over to you.
Just remember the basic skills in volleyball. We have serve or service, toss or pass, spike or attack, and the block. That's all for today. Thank you.